Hello everyone, welcome to Geek Tank, where everything is a matter of geek. We're your hosts, I'm Zia.
I'm Kay.
And today we're going to be talking about our favorite movies from 2017, and some of our not so favorite ones. Keep in mind, these are just our opinions.
Yeah, seriously, don't fucking kill us, man.
Because we
might piss some of you off. Most likely we will. Just don't kill us. These are opinions. Opinions.
So, with that in mind, we're going to begin. We'll start off with the ones we thought were entertaining. Not great, not terrible, but just fun.
Hey, but once again, these are opinions. Some of you might think these deserve Oscars and shit, but...
They don't deserve Oscars from us.
But they were good.
Alright, so what's the first one?
I think the first one on our list is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, it was good, it was not bad. With the current state of DC EU, I mean, like, shit, man. That was, like, probably, like, the best thing that came out of DC EU.
Yeah, Wonder Woman is easily the best thing to come out of the DCU so far. That's really good for Wonder Woman, because usually, I would think in the mainstream, she doesn't get as much attention as, you know, Batman or Superman, or even characters like Flash or Green Lantern.
No, yeah. And then, that's saying something. Like, this kind of tells you the state of the DCEU. I mean, you have Superman, you have Batman, and...
these big heavy hitters that the movies can't
fucking suck, man. And Wonder Woman just beats those movies out of the park. I mean, you had Batman vs Superman, which was garbage. Anyways, next one.
Get Out.
I thought that was a pretty good movie. I think it's getting Oscar buzz.
It is getting an Oscar?
I think it's nominated for an Oscar, but... it was really good. It was entertaining to me. I mean, Jordan Peele, I think, did an amazing job directing that movie. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of thought put into that, like the details, and
it's also pretty well written. I mean, they talk about some pretty, I would say, nowadays touchy subject. I mean, it's always been a touchy subject with race, but I mean,
it's a phenomenal movie. It's getting a lot of buzz about it.
Mm-hmm. So, what's our next one then? It, based on the Stephen King novel. As a big...
yeah, you're a big fan of Stephen. Yeah,
and a big Stephen King fan. I thought it was fun.
I thought you'd think 2017 was kind of a year for Stephen King, too.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Stephen King movies.
Dark Tower.
Well...
that's in our other list.
I don't know. I don't think it deserves to be on the shit list, but... because there's some other movies on there that are far more deserving, but
Stephen King was?
It definitely does not live up to the Dark Tower books. I think that we can say for sure. But it's a fun movie. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was just fun.
Fun. I think it was good. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. It was like, obviously, the original It. The book and the movie is kind of like that. What Stranger Things is kind of
right
influenced by, like Goonies and all that stuff. So it seemed like a modernized version of It, but still like a telling of it in the past.
Yeah, they bumped the timeline up a bit so that. I'm guessing the adult story is going to take place in the modern day. I haven't kept up with too much of what's going on with part 2, but I do know that's coming.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I mean, I got freaked out. I was like sitting right in front of the theater too. So poor Georgie, man. That was kind of visceral as fuck.
I'm actually surprised they showed that the way they did. Like, reading in the book is one thing, but then you see it on screen and it's just like, wow, they went there. Not as bad as the book, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, Stephen King has I don't know, man. He's got a thing for killing off kids. And the next one is?
Hitman's Bodyguard. This one, I was actually surprised by, pleasantly. We went to see it just because, why not?
It's Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson just shooting the shit.
Everyone. And each other sometimes.
And yeah, it's just kind of like, you can think of it as kind of like Deadpool and Nick Fury get together without superhero costumes and shit like that, and just fucking shit up. Mm-hmm. So it's a comedic version, I would say, of like John Wick, but without like I don't know, but yeah, just kind of like a John Wick, but like Lethal Weapon, but comedic, like comedy.
Yeah, and then there's also some romance splashed in because it's kind of a love story.
Yeah, Selma Hayek's in there, and she is still fine.
Yeah, but you know, it's actually an above average summer action flick, is what I would say. This is one of the B movies that you can actually sit down and really enjoy, and I would definitely give it a recommend. Go watch it. So. With that, I guess we can move on to the next on our list, which is...
Logan Lucky.
So how would you describe Logan Lucky?
Logan Lucky is a movie made by a person who did, I think, like the Ocean's 11 movies. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty much that, but like in a country, like hick town version. Mm-hmm. And it's just phenomenal. I would probably put it in my best list, but like it's great. I've never seen Daniel Craig and those cast of characters just do like that kind of a performance before. I was just entertained throughout that whole movie, just throughout. It's just definitely worth a watch. It's an all ages movie too, so.
And Daniel Craig definitely puts on one of his better performances there, because I think most of us, I would say, are used to seeing him as James Bond.
This is totally out of left field.
Yeah,
like you'll
total 180.
Yeah, and it's just great.
So that would bring us to the next on our list, which is The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, musical.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
I mean, my intention of watching was like, man, Hugh Jackman's not Wolverine no more. I gotta support Hugh Jackman's work.
Yeah,
I'll go watch my man's Hugh Jackman, man.
I think we definitely both went to this movie just because we like Hugh Jackman. It's just
I just want to see him do more stuff.
Right.
It's like, hey,
it's just like it's a movie to see. It's there's nothing else that we really want to.
And we were pleasantly surprised by this musical. I was like, man, I kind of want to dance in this chair in this musical. I
wouldn't go that far.
I was like, man, oh yeah, this song is pretty good. And they're like, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it, and it's just funny that we kind of started off with one of like his best movies
at the beginning of the year.
At the beginning of the year, and then like at the end, like we kind of finished off with Hugh Jackman.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good way to start and finish 2017. And I mean, I'm glad that Hugh Jackman is still, he's
a phenomenal actor.
On his
I mean, he did Les Miserables. He's always been like a theater actor.
He's done on Broadway before, so this is not anything that's really new for him. But so many people just see him as Wolverine.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's the role he's probably going to go down for.
The thing next on our entertaining list is, of course, Disaster Artist. Disaster Artist is good.
It's hard not to talk about Disaster Artist when it comes to 2017's movies, considering everyone was talking about it for a while. The meme revived itself, let's put it that way. The Room, everyone knows that as the best worst movie, and it's always been a thing. You know Tommy Wiseau's face even if you don't know who he is, and this just brought it back in full force.
Yeah, I mean, James Franco's performance as Tommy Wiseau is just hilarious. We just always mock it at work too. We try to act it out ourselves.
Well, I mean,
it's funny because
it's all too appropriate considering we have a Mark at work.
Yeah, we have 2 Marks at work.
Well, yeah, now we have 2.
So it's like, oh hi, Mark.
Oh hi, Mark. I'm sure he hates it.
I don't think he knows.
You never know. He probably. Come on. Us constantly going, oh hi, Mark. Eventually he's gonna get annoyed, if not already.
We're just joking, so it shouldn't be a problem. So now we gotta start off on our new list.
Oh, the shit list. This is gonna be
the shit/mediocre list, not just like shit list, but just
I don't know.
Also
I'm
mediocre.
overlooking our list. I think
Okay, so you want to
we
save
got
the
2 out of 3 that are shit on here.
Okay, so you want to save like the shittiest for last?
Okay, that's fair. We'll do the shittiest last.
Which one is that for you?
Do you have to ask?
Okay. So we'll go from like, okay, mediocre to the shittiest.
Okay, so mediocre, I think we can agree on.
Justice League.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I don't know. DC, the state of their cinematic universe is just kind of like all over the place. They pretty much need a fucking Kevin Feige to kind of like guide them. Like, hey,
What they need to do is take their time and build up to this awesome universe that they want to give.
I mean, they
everyone,
just
not
want to play
jump
catch up.
into it.
They're playing catch up, and it's
big
just like,
time, big time. You can't do what Marvel did within the span of 2 movies. You can't just go Man of Steel, Justice League. Here's Batman. He's old and grizzled and killing people now. he's bitter. Vengeance.
no, man. I mean, like, and then a lot of people are complaining about, I think, like the Snyder cut, and like I said, it was worth.
Whedon cut.
I think they both would have sucked anyway. And like, to be honest, I mean, it was just a big cluster mess.
They don't know the characters. That's what it comes down to. The way it's written.
Well, not exactly. I mean, like, the way they tried to portray Superman in Justice League with the Whedon cut, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck to call this shit now. Anyways, but like,
shit. Okay, mediocre. This is
like, he tried to make Superman like, you know, like Superman. But the thing is, we've noticed Superman from the previous movies to not be like that Superman. So it was just kind of like a complete change in that character tone in that world. And it's just like, what?
Okay, but what it comes down to is that Snyder wrote the original script.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the characters. Whedon comes along and is just like, oh, well, let me make some changes, but they still kept the core of the script intact, probably because it was already done.
Then, of course, man, you have like the CGI mustache ordeal, which even the trailer for Deadpool 2 just
recently mocked big time.
Just chewed into them, and it's just like, yep. It was that noticeable.
Yeah. It was bad.
That bad.
Just watch the opening.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
But I think it was still entertaining. I mean...
Yeah, I didn't like that Batman became a jobber. That's how they used him.
I'm still bleeding. Yeah.
I'm a big Batman fan, so
yeah.
that doesn't sit right with me.
I guess next movie on our list is Star Wars, The Last Jedi, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Force Awakens.
Now we're breaching. Keep in mind, some of you will want to kill us, but we're breaching into what we call the shit territory. Because
yeah, this is shit. This is like our shit mediocre list. So mediocre was Justice League. See, that's kind of sad because like even though I'm not a big Star Wars fan, I do enjoy Star Wars movies sometimes.
Right. The original trilogy I like. I don't care for episodes 1.
And I've been hating stuff on like the DC movies. So for me to say the Justice League is better than the Star Wars movie, that's
saying something.
Because I fucking fell asleep in The Last Jedi, man.
Oh,
I should have fell asleep. Oh, yeah.
You had
and it was easy.
Had it easy.
I know I did.
I stayed awake through the entire.
Because it was basically my suggestion that we watch Star Wars that night too, and it was like, yeah, let's go watch Star Wars. Just get it out of our system, you know. See the hype and then I saw, Mark Hamill drink milk from an alien, just milking it.
You think that was bad? The alien tit milk? No. Where do I begin? I think the point I lost it with this movie was when Leia is floating out in space, the vacuum of space, frozen. She should be dead. Everyone else is dead that got sucked into the vacuum.
The Force
flies back to the ship.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how space works in the Star Wars universe. So that's not how space usually works. It's like if you're in space, you're dead with no clothes and or no spacesuit. You're gonna be fucked.
Now, most people tell me when I bring this up, oh, Force. Okay,
no, man.
Okay, I can buy that, but where were her Force powers before? Now, again, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Like I said, the only ones I really care for were the original trilogy. But I don't remember Leia ever doing anything like that. Hello everyone, welcome to Geek Tank, where everything is a matter of geek. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the movies we've seen in the last year. No, I should say 2017.
And we're gonna edit that one out. So I said practice run. Go ahead.
Right,
you have it written down well, man.
I don't want to look at it. Okay.